Namaste, Swagatam. Or if you do not speak Nepalese, hello and welcome. How many in this room have experienced an earthquake of magnitude 5.0 or above? For those of you who have raised their hands now, what I'm going to talk about now might sound familiar. For everybody else, however, who has not raised their hands, we're going to show you what an earthquake can do with a magnitude of 5.0 and above. Earthquakes occur every single day. They are very destructive. They destroy cities, villages, and especially homes. I'd like you to meet, imagine instead of where you are currently living, you are living here in a rural village in Nepal. It is extremely difficult, if at all possible, to reach there by truck, car, or even by walking. I'd like you to meet this family. Father, Anu, the mother, Trinity, and the children, Rani and Agna. They are residents of such a rural, in such a rural village in Nepal when a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hits. Their village got completely destroyed. Their home is not livable anymore. They receive no help from humanitarian organizations or anybody, basically. One of the reasons why they are not receiving any help is due to the fact that it's so difficult to reach their location. In order to protect themselves, they have to create a shelter with whatever they can find in the debris. Anup's family, however, is not the only family that does not receive any help after an earthquake has hit. In fact, 95% of earthquake victims do not receive any help at all after an earthquake. This is a significant number considering that on average, there is 1,855 earthquakes every single year with a magnitude of 5.0 and above. This is a map here that shows earthquakes that occur every day during the year. The most interesting ones are the red flashing circles. These are the earthquakes that occurred today. The circles are the size of the circle is based on the magnitude of the earthquake. The bigger the circle, the higher the magnitude. Earthquakes, however, are not the only natural disaster that leave people homeless. In fact, there's 2.2 million people worldwide that are left homeless after natural disasters.
To combat this epidemic of families that do not have homes after disasters, we have developed Rescue Home. In partnership with Linköping University, Stanford University is working with Saab, the aerospace and defense company in Sweden, to develop this technology. In Linköping, we are Stefan, Florence, Jonathan, and Philip. At Stanford, we are Rajiv, Jawed, and myself, Brett. This is an image of our prototype, which you can see at XP this afternoon. This is Rescue Home. Rescue Home is a modular shelter which is extremely durable and drone deliverable to locations that are not easy to get to. Immediately after an earthquake occurs, non-government organizations will partner with local authorities to determine which areas have been the worst hit. Those families will be sent shelter homes, rescue homes, in small packaged aerodynamic packs that will be underneath of drones and launched straight to their location. These will then parachute to the ground where they will then be set up into full units. Let's discuss some of Rescue Home's basic features. Fundamentally, we have a full-size door, 2 windows, a ventilation unit, and a livable size of 4 square meters. This exceeds the minimum requirement of 3.5 square meters. We also cater to individuals of tall heights exceeding 1.9 meters at every point in the shelter. Our exclusive features that really differentiate Rescue Home include our extended durability, which is upwards of 5 years thanks to our AquaWrap technology, and an interesting modular feature which allows families to increase and decrease in size and change their number of modules respectively. Additionally, we are resource efficient. We only send families precisely the materials they need, no more and no less. And as mentioned earlier, we are drone deliverable. Let's start with the most interesting aspect of Rescue Home, which is our extended durability. We make together a technology that is typically used in piping applications to seal high-pressure holes in pipes and prevent leakages. This rigidity, in addition to its extended thermal capabilities, allow us to create walls and roofs in our shelter that are extremely rigid. When we place a tarp on the outside for waterproof and sunproof, we create a material that is extremely long-lasting, upwards of 5 years. To demonstrate precisely how durable AquaWrap is, Rajiv and Philip will demonstrate. If anybody would like to try themselves, we will have this at XP later, in addition to a element you can actually kick. Stefan will now talk about modularity.
Yes. So, if we talk about the modularity, Rescue Home consists of base units which suit with 4 square meters of size one person. So one person can easily fit in there with all their belongings. Additionally to the size, we have 4 dispatchable walls that can be taken out to connect several shelters to create one large space. So if we take a look on this top view, we can see that Arnold and his family can not only connect 2 shelters, but they can connect 3 or even 4 shelters to create exactly the space they need to fit the whole family. This connection is enabled by using industrial-grade Velcro in a special manner, so it overlaps in a waterproofing manner. The next special feature of Rescue Home is the resource efficiency. As you can see in this exam from the construction manual that is sent to victims, Rescue Home just delivers the parts that are absolutely needed to create the shelter for victims. Due to the fact that water is just added on the site and does not need to be delivered to the site, the resource efficiency is increased even more. Moreover, due to the fact that we can use all parts we do not have waste on the site and we have no redundant materials. So all walls can be connected and the parts that are taken out can be used to create another shelter. Another part of the resource efficiency is the drone deliverable. Since our shelter will be delivered by drone, we reduce the amount of people that are needed to deliver shelters to hard-to-reach terrain. So the drone will have the Rescue Home in a small aerodynamic package underneath, and this can be dispatched on a low altitude with the help of a parachute.
This is an example of how the AquaWrap shelter will be packaged, and only once the packaging is removed and it's exposed to water and moisture will the material actually begin to harden.
So to visually summarize, we provide you with a small video about our Rescue Home.
Let's take a look. Okay, order. Time to wait. Okay. It's a wall. Yeah. It's another one. Yes. I'm hungry.
So, as you could get a grasp of our rescue home, we would like to thank our teaching team here in Stanford and of course also in Linköping, and especially thank Tommy, our corporate sponsor from Saab. Thank you for your attention, and we hope that you come by to our booth and kick it.
So I'll take some questions. Very good question. Are we going to have an instruction manual? Yes. We have, on the resource efficient slide, shown one of the pages of the manual we're going to send out. It's very similar to the manuals that IKEA uses in that they don't have words, but instead pictures and icons so that anybody who speaks any language can read it.
Great idea, great presentation. Can you tell us something about the costs of one house?
Well, we looked into what kind of costs are involved into shelters right now. And we decided that our rescue home needs to be cheaper to actually have the potential to be launched. But our concept consists of two parts. So we have once the drone, which is obviously a high initial cost for the organization to actually use it. And then we have the shelter home, which is a very low price part of it. So the initial costs are high because of the drone, but over the time it will reduce the cost since the shelters are pretty cheap.
So you don't have a rough estimate about one home?
It will be around $100.
First of all, congratulations. And, water supply is extremely important features for this. Do you think about how to restore the water or purify with this feature?
When we have multiple modules connected, we have the opportunity to collect rainwater from the roofs, certainly. The water that we use to actually harden the walls does not have to be potable, so we don't have to take from any of the resources that the families need.
This is really cool. So, two questions. First of all, if these were to be used in an arid area where it's either like really hot or like the elements are just like either not very moist or there's not a lot of water around because there's a lot of local communities who have a water problem, would it still be usable? And also, second of all, just curious, was like were any sustainability concerns like work into this, like can the material be repurposed at the end, say, or something like that?
So first question is regarding the climate in the area. If we send this to an extremely arid area that does not have water, can it still be hardened? It does also get activated by heat, and it draws moisture from the air. So it will take a little bit longer to fully set in those areas, but the heat will instigate the process as well. And your second question about the sustainability of the device. Certainly these panels will last for a long time. If the families if they're able to return to their homes after a short period of time and they still have longevity in the panels themselves, they can reuse them for almost anything where they need structural stability.
In a desert where there's like not much moisture in the air, but there is heat, would it still be able to stay with that?
It will still set, it will just take longer.
I'm just curious about the process of your workshop and what part did you spend your time on? Is it finding the problem itself or creating the material itself or idea?
The question is where we spent most of our time looking into opportunities.
Yeah, we actually spent a lot of time on getting, well, we got from staff a very broad challenge, which was to change the experience of being a victim in hard-to-reach terrain, which can basically be everything from, well, plane crash or, well, an earthquake or anything else that people can imagine. So we actually spent a lot of time to get an idea on different concepts and in different areas and converge very late. But yeah.
One last question. You said at some point that you were able to deliver the exact amount of shelters people need, no more, no less. How can we do it?
The question is, how can we deliver exactly the number of shelters that people need? When we talk about resource efficiency, that is within a single shelter. Each shelter that we send has precisely the number of components that is necessary for one unit. We don't have extra material that has to be thrown out or wasted. Because of our construction process, only the materials that are needed are sent. That being said, to have the number of shelters on the ground, we would have to partner with the local authorities to see how much need there is. Thank you.